Is the "you are not the father" thing from Maury, or is it from Jerry Springer?
Jerry Springer.
Okay, Jerry Springer. And then they always go running off like through the backstage.
I told you! I told you! We used to watch that in the camper at Pharma.
Really?
Yeah. That was a good show to watch.
Cletus,
that was a good show.
Cletus,
that was a really entertaining
I never watched Jerry Springer, but
Oh,
is there a
bad
theme
people.
show?
Is that what?
Is there a theme show to Jerry Springer?
What do you mean theme show?
A theme song?
Oh, I can't talk today.
Theme song?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I never watched it.
It's kind of serious. It's like, and now back.
Yeah, it was probably just something like the old law shows. You know, just like
YouTube.
Like a jingle, more or less, than a song.
Yeah, I was
it was
thinking
more
we
of a jingle,
Yeah.
but it sounded pretty...
We could, whatever it is,
You're going
play.
to court, baby.
We could do that for our intro music.
To
Here
Jerry
we go.
All right, let's go.
After we hear about how bad Joe Biden or someone else is.
Yeah, basically people just saying how bad the other one is. That's it, yeah.
Charlie Sheen wrote that.
Huh.
Really?
No, remember your jingles in 2.5 Men?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty good.
It's a minute long. Way too difficult.
I forgot it was that intense.
I've never watched the show.
You never
It's
watched
a good
Jerry
show.
Springer?
No.
It was a good show.
Well, we got an
I was
ode to
busy
Jerry
watching-
Springer on today's episode.
Busy watching like
yeah.
My Name Is Earl.
That was a good one.
Married with
Hey.
Children.
Yeah, another good
Hey, my name is Earl. That's the dude from Alvin the
How
Chipmunks.
about we do
Yes.
men, men?
Ooh,
Men, manly men.
Ooh, men, manly men.
Audrey.
Oh, man, we're getting all the good throwback shows.
Let's see her.
You can't.
On your phone.
I'm not signed in.
Anyways, welcome to episode 48. This is our Week 8 preview and our game picks, and we're going to be doing some new segments. We'll be starting out with a new segment, but I'm here with Keegan Crop, Clea Smith, and special guest Isaac Grinnell over here for this show. So yeah, let's get right into it with our newer segment in an ode to Jerry Springer, as we just introed with. You are not the starter.
Yeah.
So, we're just going to be discussing, it's pretty self-explanatory, we're going to be debating between a couple guys that are like, we don't know who should be starting. Or maybe people are debating who should be starting. And we got to get to the bottom of it, just like Jerry Springer would. He would always figure out the truth and who the father is, but we're figuring out who the starter is. So, first one up.
Oh wait, this segment was
inspired.
inspired.
This is inspired by one that we always talk about a lot, the Rashad White versus Bucky Irving Buccaneers backfield. But we all know the answer now.
Bucky.
It's Bucky.
Charlie White. Don't let these guys slander him. He is over in the open trade market, by the way.
Yeah, on
in our dynasty
league.
Yeah.
All right, so big one here. We just saw it this past week. Russell Wilson versus Justin Fields. So Justin Fields was pretty solid for the Steelers all beginning of the season. He got the Steelers to 4-2, looking pretty good. And then they're like, oh, you know what? Russell Wilson's healthy. We're going to decide to start him. Steelers fans go nuts because if he loses, it's going to be loud. And
Loud ass.
yeah. But he goes on to win, looks pretty good. And so now we're all debating it.
I mean, go ahead.
I say Russ. One of the main reasons I'm looking at is if Justin Fields starts 51% of the snaps, the 6th rounder we gave up turns into a 4th rounder.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that's a big part going into it. And Russell Wilson knows how to use George Pickens. Justin Fields can't. I mean, yeah, Justin Fields can rush, but whenever we have Najee Harris and Jalen Warren both healthy, we have a good enough rushing game that it doesn't really matter. So I say he should start until he starts playing like shit again. Like if he shows any signs of shit. Like consistent shit. Not just shit your pants, but
Right,
like just an aroma
Just a
of
stench.
shit.
Not just like an out of the blue, like
Not
I ate
like his
Taco Bell,
first
shit my
drive.
pants. Like this is like a regular occurring
Just a
shit.
recurring stench.
Right.
Just lingering.
Yeah, like I live with cats and I smell like their piss. Like that kind of
Yeah.
stench. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirk.
Isaac, what do you think? Russell Wilson or Justin Fields for the rest of the year?
The people at the Steelers game were chanting for Justin Fields those first 2 drives when they went 3 and out and 3 and out.
They probably were saying something else by the end of the game.
Yeah, I would probably say Russ, but it's close.
I'm also on the Russ train here. I mean, Russ he made passes that Justin Fields was, I don't know, too scared to make or, like, couldn't make the whole, like, yes, Russ made some bad passes to start the game. First half was ugly, but he was taking shots, and Justin Fields just has not taken shots. He hasn't moved the offense. Yeah, hasn't moved the offense in big chunks. It's just been grinding out down the field and gets you 20 points a game. So I'm all aboard Russ for right now until he probably shits the bed.
Smells like shit.
Yeah, it smells like shit.
Yeah, I'm on board with Russ too, but I like Russ for where the Steelers are right now. They're proving to be a true contender this year. So I like Russ to carry him kind of the rest of the way because he proves that he can at least open up the field a little bit more with his passing, which he's kind of known to do, and just kind of proved to lose George Pickens. Now, if the Steelers were worse and kind of looked like garbage, let's just put Justin Fields in there so he can grow and be with the team. But for where the Steelers are right now, this week, going into Week 8, and Russell looking pretty good coming off last week, I think I'm on board with Russ.
So, Justin Fields, you are not.
You are not the starter.
Right now, he's a grower, not a shower.
I told you!
All right. Will Levis versus Mason Rudolph.
Gross, but I'll get us started. Will Levis. I mean, does he make dumb decisions? Absolutely.
But he can't
possibly play any f***ing worse. He can't keep f***ing this up. No, I mean, Will Levis, while he does make dumb mistakes, he at least, like, is willing to take shots, which, like, I know maybe Brian Callahan, their head coach, is, like, in his ear telling me, like, boy, if you f*** up one more time, I'm going to bench your ass. But
he did.
And he did bench his ass. I mean, he's also injured. But, I mean, Will Levis, I feel like this Titans team, they got nothing to lose. You're 1-5 right now. Just throw in the gunslinger and see if, like, you can see any kind of spark for him for, like, the future. And right now, it's looking very, very dark. Like, there's no future with Will Levis, but, like, you got nothing to lose. Like, you're not going to win this game.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of just talking about with the Steelers putting in Justin Fields. That's what I'm kind of with Will Levis too. At this point, just let him work on his craft and ride with the Titans. Probably going down into the depths.
Right now, it's like he's packing his shit into, like, a sand castle, and then, like, he's, like, just putting it down.
If it was up to me, if I wanted to actually win games, I would put Mason Rudolph in.
Yeah.
But I love the memes that come out every single week.
So good. It's good internet.
Yeah, it's just great internet. It brings fans to the stadium, baby.
You're right. It does.
You're there to watch someone take a shit in the middle of the goddamn field. And you're going to get that out of Will Levis every single week consistently. So if you're trying to make ticket sales and you're trying to make money because you're not going to win any goddamn motherfucking games, you're going to put in Will Levis.
Will Levis sells tickets, baby.
I think Shador Sanders.
That's what they want, actually.
Yeah, so will they.
Both these guys are poop. But to help Luke out, I hope Will Levis plays.
All right, Mason Rudolph, you're not the starter.
Nope. So he is the farter, though.
He is the farter, not the father.
Will Levis is the shitter, though.
You're right. Exactly.
Mason Rudolph's racist, remember?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Towards
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
He said the N-word to him, so
Ball go to horny jail.
Racist jail, actually.
Yeah, I say ball go to.
My. Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby. Tank Bigsby's been coming on hot, especially these last few weeks. So, this one's kind of tough, a little bit. But I have a feeling I know how some of you guys will be feeling.
Yeah, I'm going Tank Bigsby.
Yeah.
Tank Bigsby's been my guy since last year's draft. I drafted him in our Dynasty League, and then he didn't do anything last year, so I dropped his ass, and now he's actually doing well. So, but just watching Tank Bigsby run is different than anything Travis Etienne brings to the table. Tank Bigsby is, like, actually able to run through people like a tank. Bigsby, yeah. He's been playing very, very good football. Travis Etienne has been kind of hit or miss, and he's hanging on by the fact that he's friends with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. I'm a Travis Etienne fantasy owner in 2 different leagues, and it's Tank Bigsby's backfield.
Yeah.
So if I'm admitting that, and I really hate coming off my guys, I can't hang on to Travis Etienne anymore.
You hate coming off your
coming
guys.
on your
Right. That's where I was going.
I love coming on my guys, like Christian Kirk, Kyler Murray. I love coming on them.
And vice
But
versa.
I don't think I can have sex with Travis Etienne anymore. I can't finish on him anymore. And I'd like to say Tank Bigsby's my guy, but I don't have him in any fantasy league, so I'm gonna pray on his downfall.
As a fantasy
I hope
manager
he doesn't
does.
get injured, but he just looks like shit.
He's rooting for Dearness
But
Johnson.
it is Tank Bigsby's backfield.
Yeah.
He's the better running back. He makes more flashy plays, and he can break more tackles.
Yeah, I agree. Travis Etienne's a solid runner, and I'm a fan of his, but Tank Bigsby's obviously taken over this year and just really come on, especially as of late, and coming off a big game last week in Week 7 specifically, and he's just clearly looking like the better back. I don't know how you could go back to Etienne unless magic happens or something like that.
Magic Johnson, he gets AIDS.
That's true.
That's genius!
Full circle. Isaac?
I think they should sign Eddie Lacy.
He's probably 500 pounds by now.
Cheeseburger.
I'm indifferent to both these guys. Jacksonville's a dumpster fire.
They
They
are.
need to tank and try to... I don't know what the hell they need to do.
No,
If I was a coach or a GM, I would decline every job offer I got for this organization
yeah.
and say I'm going to stay as a janitor for the Cleveland Browns.
Whoa.
It'd be the masseuse for the Cleveland
No.
Browns.
No, you get lawsuit money.
You're right.
That's good money.
Devin Singletary versus Tyrone Tracy.
I mean, they're both on the Giants' offense, which hasn't been good. But
Yeah.
Tyrone Tracy started 2 games whenever Devin Singletary was out, and the first game he went over 100 yards, something that Devin Singletary has. Did he go? He might have gone over 100 yards one game. I don't know.
I don't know.
Devin Singletary is not as young and spry as Tyrone Tracy. Every time Tyrone Tracy plays in a game, they always say, like, well, this guy's a former wide receiver, so you can kind of see the way he moves. He's
Yeah,
very
they say
quick.
that all
But
the
he
time.
is a good running back, and I think that he just has more juice right now than Devin Singletary. That's what it comes down to.
I think me and you both traded trash for trash can.
We did, yeah. I traded you, Devin Singletary, and I took Alan Lazard. It's going to turn into it's nothing. It's nothing. It's
It's like giving each other an upsy downsy.
yeah.
So, I believe for this Giants backfield, you ever see in the Jerry Springer show where they bring on both the people?
Hold on, you said you never watched this show, Cletus.
No, I see clips on TikTok.
Clips. Yeah.
Yeah,
But they'll bring on both fathers. I believe that. Well, I actually think that it's going to be the situation where it's like, neither of you are the fathers. But it's probably going to be a 50-50 backfield. So
Saquon's
neither
their
one's the
daddy.
starter. Yeah, so neither one's the father. That's
Yeah,
why I
that's
think.
a good take.
I think they're going to split the backfield. Singletary's going to take the ground and pound, and obviously Tracy is the
Receiver.
receiving back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I believe, and that's what they should do.
Yeah, they probably should go with Tracy, but I think they'll go probably with Singletary. They'll try to
Bigger
keep
name.
forcing him in. Yeah, and
He's got a relationship with the OC, though, too.
Yeah. Well, and head coach.
Correct.
Dable.
yeah, Dayball. So that's why I think they're going to keep going with him and try to get him moving because they really need to get a running. They just really need an offense. They just need to get better. The Giants stink. But I think they'll keep going with Devin Singletary. Is that the right move?
Nah,
I don't know. Tyrone Tracy is flashy and looks better at points. But Devin Singletary, if you get him an O-line to run behind and good blockers to run behind, he's not the worst back out there. And definitely a better, probably pure power runner than Tyrone Tracy. I mean, you just talked about he was a wide receiver. And Devin Singletary is just more of a pure running downhill back as opposed to Tyrone Tracy. And the Giants need that.
This is kind of like when you're in your Crocs and you're walking in the backyard, and you're about to step in dog poop. Okay?
Yeah.
That's Tyrone Tracy.
You're about to step in the Giants.
And then you're about to step in another poop in a dog poop, and that's Devin Singletary.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
both of them are bad. Which one do you rather step
One's
in?
a little slipperier.
well,
Yeah.
But it'll stick to your shoes less,
Yeah.
probably.
yeah, you
So
can
you gotta
slide it
choose
on the
which
grass.
dog poop you want to step in.
Right.
So, what the Giants are going to do is they're going to split their legs and step in both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much. Zach Moss and Chase Brown in Cincinnati.
Zach Moss is not a good running back.
Yeah, I'll get us started. I actually kind of like what they're doing, splitting them, because Chase Brown does have his down. Like he doesn't. He's not he is explosive, but not every play. He's not like an every play back. I think that they should still keep using Zach Moss, just like 35% or something like that, 35, 40%.
I agree.
But I would say that Chase Brown should be the starter, and
I
he probably
agree.
will be going forward.
Yeah, Zach Moss should spell Chase Brown, and I'm completely on board with that.
Yeah, last game, Cletus did highlight. Chase Brown didn't have a great game. He went 15 carries for 44 yards, but Zach Moss went 6 carries for 7 yards. So.
Yeah, it's just dog shit all around.
Yeah, it was against the
If they don't
Browns
have the
defense.
running game going, then Zach Moss is going to have less success than Chase Brown.
Yeah.
It's just the type of runner that
Chase Brown can do more on his own. Better receiver. Obviously, Zach Moss is the better goal line back, stronger, but Chase Brown is the better all around back.
Yep.
He should be a starter
Scat
in my
back.
opinion
He
as well.
gets tired pretty quick, it seems like.
Yeah.
Like He's
just not an every down runner.
Yeah, he
like you
weighs a
said.
lot less, so getting hit by those big guys takes a lot more out of him.
Yeah.
Yep. Alex Highsmith versus Nick Herbig.
Yeah, this is
on
the one-
Steelers. This one's tough.
The one defensive matchup or one defensive head-to-head that I wanted to put on here because most of you guys are Steelers fans, so I figured you'd watch most of them, and including the guy down on the end. But this is like if Nick Herbig were healthy, which he's not right now.
Right, yeah.
But I'm on Nick Herbig's side. I think
Okay.
that he's shiftier, he's quicker. Now I know that everybody's kind of elevated whenever you're across on the opposite side of TJ Watt because TJ Watt draws more attention. But I've been more impressed with what I saw from Nick Herbig so far than what I've seen from Alex Highsmith. I know Alex Highsmith has the more experience, but Nick Herbig seems like he's just fresher, quicker. He makes his moves to get past the tackles quicker. Swim move, spin move. This guy, he's like a spinning top, and I just feel like he would be better in that position, but he can't play right now because he's injured.
Yep. Cletus, what do you think?
I got Herbig here, and I'll tell you what the Steelers should do is next year, whenever they're both healthy, trade Highsmith, try to get like a 3rd or 4th round pick out of him because he's a known name in the NFL, and he's a pretty damn good edge rusher, honestly. And you could trade him to one of those dog shit teams like the Panthers or somewhere like that needs a solid edge rusher on their team. And I say we start Nick Herbig over him, trade him away, get some capital, and because our edge rushers are so deep, and there's no need for them to constantly be as deep as they are. We need to just build on it and hopefully get some picks out of them. But Herbig's, in my opinion, by far better. I'd give him about 30% better.
Fair.
If we're putting stats on it.
That's good numbers.
Stat that.
I would
Blind
say
numbers, too.
they should do the Packer approach. Rashawn Gary plays every down, and they swap Preston Smith and Luke Van Ness a lot. Or vice versa,
Yeah.
Keep them fresh.
Yeah.
Because down the stretch, you're going to need them to keep them fresh against quarterbacks
100%.
like Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson,
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Teams that you want to are going to be expecting in January if you want to win those games. You got to keep your pass rushers fresh.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the only time you're going to really get after those quarterbacks. You put pressure on them and force them into mistakes.
Yep. I think I'm on the Alex Highsmith side here. I just like the experience, and I'm a huge fan of his. I love what Nick Herbig's doing. I mean, how could you not? He's been explosive and quick, and like you guys talked about, and I'm all on board of Nick Herbig being with the Steelers for a long time. He's a great player and a great edge rusher, but I like the experience of Alex Highsmith out on the edge, on the other edge, opposite TJ Watt. Alex Highsmith, I feel like, is nearly just as smart as TJ Watt as far as knowing where he needs to be, where everyone else is going to be. And I think Nick Herbig, he's just too young. He's not there yet. He will be. But as of right now, I like Alex Highsmith as the starter, and Nick Herbig definitely coming in and playing for him too. Yeah. So that's kind of how I feel about them. But they're both great players, and I think Isaac's right. You're going to need, if you're going to make a run, you're going to need a bunch of guys to play against those big names that are explosive. Let's get into our draft, huh?
Yeah.
We got a good one this week.
World Series coming
Yeah,
up.
as some people may have heard, World Series is going on.
I've been
about to be
following it
starting.
religiously, man.
Yep. All right, then you're going to be our dude. World Series is starting, in honor of the World Series, we're going to do a draft related to that. We're going to do a draft of reasons why baseball sucks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not big fans of baseball.
Yeah,
here.
I mean-
I'm big fans of my parlay that includes baseball.
Oh, okay.
There you go. I'm a big fan of going to PNC Park and watching a game. It's a good
Yep,
park.
It is a good
Buying
park.
Yeah.
$8
It's
beers.
cheap.
Yeah.
It's very cheap to go to.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's a beautiful one of the best stadiums in all of sports.
Yeah.
Not a bad seat in
All
the
sports,
house.
It's very pretty, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Too
but
bad Bob Knight's a dumbass.
yeah, they suck.
He should go home
he
and
keeps the facility nice.
he doesn't put any money on the field.
You're right.
I don't touch the field.
Yeah, so we don't watch
You don't touch
baseball.
women
Baseball's impossible to watch, at least for people like us that like football. Baseball's too slow. The pitch thing does help. The pitch clock does help, but
does.
like
We'll get into it.
I-
Yeah, we'll just get in.
We'll tell you
yeah,
why
we'll
it
get
sucks.
into it. Let's do our
Isaac.
3-round snake draft. Or,
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You got first pick.
all right, you got first pick. We'll try to go 3 rounds. We'll probably just start agreeing with each other, so we'll go as far as we can.
What's
Yeah.
your biggest gripe?
Against baseball.
Why it sucks?
Yeah.
There's a glaring one in the MLB.
Honestly, the salary cap doesn't bother me.
Oh, that pisses me the off.
It doesn't bother me for the fact of
Look at who's in the World Series this year.
that's true.
Yeah.
But the LA Dodgers ownership group is losing money every year.
Oh yeah, for
Bob
sure.
Nutting is the most profitable one.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't spend any money.
So
So then is your biggest gripe against baseball? The owners are idiots.
yeah, some owners are there to make money, and some there are there to win.
Yep.
That's my biggest gripe. That's what my biggest gripe will be.
Owners.
Each owner has a different goal. Some they want to win. Some they just want to make money.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, well,
Especially for us Buccos fans.
Yeah, Bob Knight does not help us at all.
yeah, my first pick, it's going to be a salary cap.
Yeah.
You need to have it in every professional sports league because otherwise it's going to happen what happens in baseball, like the Dodgers, where they spend by far the most amount of money. Yes, they run at a deficit, but whenever you have that much money in your pockets as an owner, it really doesn't matter that much, and you're just trying to make a name for yourself. And it's actually adding capital to like the team that you own whenever you sell it, because the more
True.
championships you have, the more the team's worth. So yeah, it's so dumb how they can just spend a shit ton in free agency and get whoever they want because they spend the most money, and it doesn't matter how much they spend every year. And yeah, I just think it's so stupid.
Yep.
Agreed.
Let me see. I'm gonna go with. I don't watch baseball much, really, just because I can't watch it.
'Cause it
But
sucks.
I'm not gonna have that as my reason. Just can't watch it. It's too boring. Because that's pretty vague. I'm gonna go with. This is kind of new to us. Not new, but new this year to us. I almost said Steelers, Pirates fans. If you got a stud pitcher,
Yep.
and he's going like 7 innings, no hitter. Can we just keep the guy in?
Yeah.
Like, if you're someone like me, a very baseball casual guy, I know the game but can't watch it. Like, I want to see my guy go. Like, if he can go pitch a no hitter, let's just
Especially
do
for
it.
a team that doesn't need him for the long run, for the postseason.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. I'm like, I just need to see it. So that's my gripe. It's like, if you got a guy, let him go. Like, let him play.
Well, I got 2 lined up ready here. So first of all, too slow for me. I mean, it's a stop and go sport. I mean, you could say football is too, but you got 22 guys moving on the field at one time. Most plays in baseball, it's one guy throwing a ball, one guy swinging a bat. The other guys are just out there picking their ass, Cletus style.
I
Except
love
they
it.
don't have a bench.
They don't have
Right.
they don't have a bench for a thumb in their ass.
Yeah, but it's just like too slow for me. The pitch clock does help. It like brought more hitting and offense into the game, but like you're watching paint dry most of the time because hitting is still hard. It's tough to hit. in
At
MLB.
least they got rid of the shift.
yeah.
True.
They banned the
Yeah,
shift
they
because it was
did.
getting rid of all the hit, like a lot of hits.
Yeah.
My second pick is that there's too many games.
Yeah. I was gonna say
162
That's what I was
games.
gonna
Every
say,
single
yeah.
game, like 1 out of 162 games, that single game means absolute shit. So like, if you're losing in like the 3rd inning, you're down by like 5 runs. Some teams are like, well, we don't have to win this one. So
Yeah.
then it's like,
We got 161 other ones
yeah,
to try to
seriously,
win.
it's like
Yep.
it's
No
it's
urgency.
no urgency, exactly. So like until like the playoffs, like playoff baseball, it's all right, I guess, because like every game matters. But like 162 games, not every single game matters. You can say that about NBA and NHL too.
Well, NBA is 82. NHL is like
82.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, baseball has way too many games. That's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
way
When I
too
actually started thinking, I was like, that's way too many games. What's good about the NFL? There's so much urgency. Like
Yep.
if you go on a 3-game losing streak,
You're in trouble. Yeah, you're in a bad spot.
If you go on The Mets made it to the NLCS. They went like a
They
whole
did.
month without even winning the game.
Yeah, they were.
They're like, yeah, well, it's 4th of July. We're taking it off, guys.
They were a dump. For
Like,
a while.
I get why they play so many games. Like, baseball is not a physically taxing sport unless you're a pitcher.
Unless you're a pitcher, yeah.
Right.
So, like, baseball obviously, or not, football hurts. It's a dangerous game. We see
That's
guys.
why there's the least amount of games.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, it's not.
But hockey's a pretty damn physically demanding sport. You're out there skating on ice for like an hour straight while there's some
And they make
benching,
a lot
so
less
like
money.
40 minutes.
It's
And you
incredibly demanding.
Yeah, and you only make $10 million a year if you're really good.
Jeez.
Yeah, and you have to play just as many games as a basketball game where you don't get hit unless you're playing against Draymond Green.
Right.
Or
True.
Tyson Chandler.
Yeah,
True.
Could you imagine what it would cost for, like, an NFL Sunday ticket, but, like, MLB style?
Well, there'd be a lot cheaper.
Oh.
There's not a demand for it.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I mean, but, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But
It would
yeah,
be crazy,
they
yeah.
should cut the games in half. I'd say.
Yeah,
Like
get
you'd
that
have more.
81.
You have more people in the stands because there's less chances for you
Yeah.
to go.
Jack up ticket prices because
yeah.
every game.
Every game matters more.
Yeah.
They're making a lot of money now. They're not changing the guys.
I know, but
You
It's
know,
an old- it's like
they don't
an old
release their
sport.
financials because they make so much money.
yeah, we could.
It's an
dream.
old sport.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're not gonna, that's America's pastime.
America's pastime.
No.
Yeah, it's in the past.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with. I don't like that. This sport really isn't dependent on athleticism. That's
Yeah.
that's kind of what makes it hard to watch. Like honestly, that's kind of what makes it hard to watch. I know these guys are true athletes and they work out and they do all this and they could beat me in a lot of stuff, 100%. But like true athleticism doesn't really get you anywhere in the NFL and in the MLB, and that's kind of partly what makes it tough to watch. I mean, there's a pitcher that obviously, if you're throwing gas, you're throwing gas, and some guys don't have to be crazy jack to do it, and it just makes it tough to watch. Whenever you go over to like football or hockey, I mean, these guys are physical freaks. And
Even
just-
at 300 pounds, they can run faster
Yeah,
than
like-
some of the guys who play baseball.
Yeah, like every week in the NFL, you see some 300-pounder running like a 4.7 down the field somehow.
Joe
like
Alt.
It doesn't make any sense, and that's kind of what makes stuff cool to watch is to see these guys doing that kind of stuff. And baseball doesn't have that.
Yeah, I say it quite a bit, and I feel like every time I say it around like a baseball player or softball player, it like pisses them off. But like, you don't have to be athletic to play baseball. You have to be coordinated.
Yeah. Yep,
There's a
that's
difference.
good way to
Like
put it,
there,
yeah.
there are Pablo Sandoval back on the Giants. That was probably the last time I watched baseball. Actually,
A long time ago.
fat guy. They called him Kung Fu Panda. He was good at baseball.
Yeah. Well,
Fat.
I mean, even think about some like legends like CC Sabathia.
CC
I mean,
Sabathia.
he's
skinny now.
Yeah, he is.
He was an
skinny now,
alcoholic.
Yeah, he was going through. But anyways, like he was huge, but he
Bartolo
wasn't.
Colon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm on board.
Yeah.
You said like the pace of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with like how uneventful the game can be.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can literally just have a game go
1-0.
15. Yeah, no, you could have
Yeah.
it go 15 innings,
Yeah.
not a single point scored,
Yeah.
not a single like maybe a few hits. Like you could have 4 hits per team, 15 innings in, and then a team gets a double and a single, and the game's over.
Yep.
Like that. Like at least in an NFL game, you might have the Panthers versus the Saints. All right, but you could have 0 points scored until like overtime, but there might be crazy plays in there.
Yeah.
But if there's no crazy play, maybe by like someone catching a ball, but that's also freakish. Like that almost never happens. It happens way more commonly in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like there's so little that can happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like even the most crazy stuff, like NFL one-handed catches on the sideline for a touchdown. That's crazy. Happens all the time. Grand slams in the MLB rarely ever happen. Like,
Yep.
and that's probably about the same amount of crazy level.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's,
Really. Yeah.
It's just how uneventful the game is.
Very true, Cletus.
Yep.
Thank you.
I'm going to say that they need to move the pitcher's mound back.
Oh.
Because
Center field.
So like the pitcher has too much advantage. Too much of an advantage.
So
right
like hitting a baseball has always been the same. You swing a bat and you hit it.
Yeah.
Pitchers are throwing a lot faster
Oh,
now
yeah.
than they were
Yep.
20 years ago, 30 years ago, 100 years ago. These guys are throwing 98, 99 miles an hour. Like, you have
106.
less than a blink to make a decision to swing your bat and where the ball
Yeah.
to go, you know?
Yep.
And so it's trying to increase hits to make it more eventful. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be a good one for sure.
Agreed.
It's at what, 90 feet right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So move it back to like 110.
Well, it'd be hard to move it back because all the little kids and high schoolers play at that leg. Like it's like changing the height of a basketball hoop.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to do it.
No, I'm just trying to help the batter out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Move the batter back instead.
That's a genius idea. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Where'd you get that one from, Cletus? Port out your island.
I don't know if we can go third round.
I'm out of.
I don't know, yeah.
Let me think.
All right, well,
about
I'll just throw out some. I'll just throw out some honorable
that's our
mentions.
draft.
Okay.
Honorable mentions.
So
undrafted free
there's
agents.
Yeah, you
very,
get
so
this.
unless you're watching a playoff baseball game, there's no energy in the stadium.
Correct.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
mothers just go there to knit
Well,
and read their
read the
magazines.
books.
Whenever I went one time and I was having the time of
Oh,
my
there's
life.
always guys that are having a good
I was
time.
having the time of my life. It's not even like that eventful. I think the Pirates won like 3-1.
Yeah.
They didn't. There wasn't even a home run or anything. But I was having the time of my life. The guy in front of me was just like laughing with me. His wife was freaking pissed, and I was having the time of my life. But yeah, some people can go there and just like if you live in Pittsburgh, some people just go there
just to go.
just to do something.
Yeah.
Honestly, it'd be cool to do that.
Yeah.
It would be. It
It's
would be.
cheap.
Yeah,
It's
it's cheap.
cheap.
Just pay like $20. Go. It's like going bowling on a Saturday night,
Yeah.
but instead
Yeah,
you
or
live
like
in
going to the
Pittsburgh.
bar, you
Yeah,
just go
but
watch a game.
Instead, you live in Pittsburgh.
Still
You
get
take a
expensive
5-minute
drinks.
Uber. You go to a Pirates game and you just sit there.
Yeah, hang out.
Yeah, just hang out. Maybe you and your friends. I
Have a
mean,
couple
it'd be
beers
fun.
And eat a couple hot dogs.
It's kind of like going to the bar,
Yeah.
but way more expensive drinks.
Spending some
actually,
time
not
out.
in Pittsburgh.
No, spending
No,
some time
PNC
outside.
PNC Park isn't horribly priced.
No, PNC
No.
Park's not bad.
It's middle of the pack, I think.
I think
Then we
so.
look at- yeah, it's
But you
somewhere.
go on cheap nights. They like the dollar draft nights too.
They do, yeah.
Oh,
Probably water
like
down
we're
the
going to a
beer.
baseball
I'm gonna
game.
have to, I would be so down.
They probably water down the beer.
But yeah, like whenever I went, I had a great time. Like I was screaming at the players, and they were like, the one flipped me off in the stands. I loved it. Like they
I
were,
love that.
I was
I am
chatting
not
shit.
going to the game with Cletus. I'm gonna say I don't know that guy when
You
they
have
kick him out.
No, you'll have a great time.
That's great.
Yeah. NFL Week 8 preview.
Yep.
We'll throw in some college in there too. See ya.
We're out.
He has work.
Work. All right.
So, last week, our picks are as follows. Me and Cletus went 13-7, seeing the board pretty well. Jared also pretty good. We all did this week. Jared went 12-8. Carson, he went over 500 this week. He is 11-9.
First
after
time
barely.
on the season.
First time on the season, he went over 500. And it
It's
was
in the
just barely.
7th week.
Yep, and Kian went 10-10 and even
Yeah.
500. So after this past week 8, Jared is 51-41. Kian is 67-62. Cletus is now over 500 on the year, 66-63. I am 1 under at 64-65, and Carson is 53-76, making his way back up there. So let's go through it. Like I said, we'll be touching on some college games like we always do, and then do the whole NFL slate. So first one we'll go over here. Syracuse is playing at Pitt. Pitt is favored. Pitt's number 19 ranked right now. Pitt is favored 5.5 points. And
I'm by myself here.
Yeah, you're on Syracuse.
I'm on Q's, baby. The oranges. I mean, how can you not root for a school whose mascot is a fruit?
That's true.
That's just scary.
You're right.
But
The
Pitt,
plums.
the cranberry
The
berries.
apricots.
Oh, Pitt. So I don't know. I kind of think Pitt is frauds. They're eventually going to lose some of these games. They're frogs.
They're frogs.
And Syracuse is not a bad team at all. They're 5-1 themselves. They got Ohio State's quarterback from last year, Kyle McCord, fat boy. They call him Slam Chunk. He's kind of
No
chunky.
way.
He's got that like Mac Jones build.
He does. He does.
But he's been throwing the ball all over the yard. He should honestly be a Heisman candidate. I need to, after I'm done talking here, I'm going to go try to find those odds and see if he's actually up there because he's been playing very well, carrying the Syracuse offense. And I just think that I've never been to a Pitt game, but I've heard that Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium, whatever the you want to call it, it's not a college stadium atmosphere.
No,
It's
agree.
not the same. It's clearly a pro field, and but Slam Chunk I think is going to go in there and keep it close, if not win the game.
I honestly don't know much about Syracuse. I haven't watched them much. but I know Pitt's been pretty hot, so that's kind of the main reason I chose Pitt. And they're at home, and that's about the end of it.
Enough said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched like a quarter of a Pitt game this year, and it was against West Virginia.
Yeah.
It didn't look too bad. I mean, Syracuse is pretty ass. Give me Pitt. I mean, home team.
Yeah, right. Home team.
Yeah.
Favored 5.5.
Kyle McCord is not very far up there. He is
I
right
wouldn't
now
think so at Syracuse,
at
unfortunately.
plus 15,000.
That's good odds.
Bet it.
Right there with Yama Liava.
Ooh, Nico. Boise State ranked 17th. They're favored 3.5 going to UNLV.
Give me Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
That's about
Yeah.
it. We're all on Boise State except for Carson. He's on
Because
UNLV.
he is trying to go below 500.
Probably. I mean, how can you pick against Ashton Genty?
Yeah.
Like,
Bro's
dude's too good.
Bro's going to get 250 yards and 4 touchdowns, so I'm not worried.
It's a pretty good bet. Like, he's been...
The best running back in college football.
Like, he could...
Not even close.
He could probably beat this team by himself. Like, he could take the pass.
That's what they do
Yeah,
pretty
take the
much all the
pass
time.
and take the snap himself and just take it.
Stand there menacingly.
Yeah.
I love those memes.
Yeah.
Boise State went into Oregon back in week 2 or 3 or something, and Oregon beat them 37-34. They only lost by 3, but Ashton Genty had 25 carries for 192 yards and 3 touchdowns against Oregon. Yeah, I'm not worried against him about him against UNLV.
Yeah, the argument about Genty, like for Heisman, is like, well, he doesn't go against anybody. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Did you not see what Oregon's defense did to Ohio State? Granted, there wasn't much of it, but they held them like below 40. I think.
Yeah, 31,
That-
32, 33, 31, 32.
That's actually a pretty low score for a
32,
college football
31.
game of that caliber. So
Yeah.
I would say that Oregon has a pretty decent defense,
Yeah, they
and
do.
for him to put up that kind of numbers against Oregon and then continue to do it every single goddamn week,
Yeah.
sitting out entire halves because he did too well in the first half.
Yeah.
Dude's a beast.
No difference against
He's
UNLV.
my pick for Heisman personally, but
Yeah, he's so good.
Oh, let me get his.
Yeah, get his Heisman.
Yeah.
his is probably only like 1,500 plus 1,000 maybe.
I don't know. It's probably pretty high.
Here it is. Heisman. Ashton Genty is second. Actually, tied for first. Tied for
Whoa.
Cam Ward from Miami, and Ashton Genty are both at plus 200.
Wow.
Wow, tied for first right now.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you, that man is a beast.
Yeah, we're witnessing some history right here.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Good for him. 12th ranked Notre Dame is going to 24th ranked Navy. Notre Dame is favored 12.5 points.
Give me the triple option. Navy,
Me
our
too.
protectors
Me too.
of the sea and the sky. I don't really know everything they do, but
Everything.
everything.
They
The
do it all.
Navy does it
They
all.
focus on the sea, but they do everything.
Ain't no way they're losing by 13 points
No.
or more
Yeah.
to Riley Leonard and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Okay, Navy's going to keep this game close. They're going
Navy
to
always
grind it.
plays so hard.
They're
Yeah.
going to put Notre
Army.
Dame
And
through
Army.
the meat grinder and make them into that like meat spaghetti.
Yeah, I'm not betting against our
Ground beef?
I'm
Okay.
not betting against our military here.
I can't.
These military teams, they always keep a close game. Granted, they lose pretty much all of them, but they always keep them close.
Undefeated this year.
play
Yeah,
so
they're
hard.
undefeated because they play dog shit teams. But whenever they actually play good teams, they always lose, but they always keep it super close for no reason. Like
They'll
they
keep it with
they
them.
don't have nearly as much skill. They use their athleticism. That's
They
what they do.
They do.
They do.
Which, I mean, it won't win you a game, but it'll keep you in a game.
Yeah, it'll keep them in, and they have discipline,
Discipline.
which obviously.
Yeah, they go to
They
boot
play
camp.
hard. Yep, and Carson picked Notre Dame, and I forgot Isaac's picking games this week. He's back on it. Isaac picked Notre Dame as well.
Because they're dumb.
Dumb.
Yeah. 21st ranked Mizzou is going to now 13th ranked Alabama. Alabama is favored 13.5 points. We are all on Mizzou.
The line's too big.
Line
Yeah.
is huge.
Bama's going to win this, but line's too big.
Yeah, I agree. I'm on board. I think Bama definitely will win and pull this out, especially Bama being at home and coming off a loss. They probably aren't happy about it. But Mizzou's been super solid and been playing well all year. I think they'll be able to keep up with this Alabama team, especially after what we saw at Alabama last week.
Mizzou's been playing well all year, and Alabama's been playing kind of shitty for that.
They're off and on.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So-
both teams kind of are. They've I don't know. Both teams have had their very low points. Both teams have had their high points. It's a game of who's going to shit the bed the least.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this is a huge line, 13.5
Yeah.
for Alabama. I think that's probably why we're all in Mizzou.
Yes.
All right, LSU, 8th ranked right now, is going to 14th ranked Texas A&M. Texas A&M at home is favored 2.5 points. And Etienne, you're on A&M.
I am, and because I think that here's my hot take. I think that A&M, they're my sleeper pick to win the whole damn thing.
Okay.
Texas A&M, I think, could legitimately win the national championship this year. I mean, Connor Weigman has been kind of hit or miss, but it doesn't matter because they got it going on the ground game. I talk about that defensive line who's going to have guys drafted, multiple dudes drafted early. This team has it all together right now, and it's disrespectful to me that they've lost one game and they're ranked 14th. I legitimately think that this team could win the whole national championship, and it starts right here against a good LSU team. They win at home, Kyle Field, beat them by at least 3. Hell yeah.
No.
I like their coach. I like Mike Elko, and I guess I can see what you're thinking, but against LSU and what I've seen out of LSU these past few weeks, they're just too good. I mean, I know A&M's a tough place to play, but LSU's been super solid, and their defense, I talked about them on the last episode. I mean, they were as complete as they've looked, so I don't think they're dropping off anytime soon. They've looked good on both sides of the ball, and Nussmeier's throwing it around, and their defense is going around, and they've been playing really well, so I'm going to take LSU here away at A&M.
Yeah, LSU's playing really consistent football right now, and that's what wins games is consistency.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
A&M, like Keen said, I'm sure they're a good team, but LSU just has the whole round package, and so whenever there's no holes in a team, there's nothing to exploit in order to win these games, and that's usually what you have to do. You have to find a vice in order to beat these big name teams, and I don't see one in LSU really, so it'd be hard for Texas A&M to beat that team. So I got LSU here.
All right, let's get into some NFL football. First one I want to touch on here is Thursday Night Football on Prime. The Vikings are going to the Rams. The Vikings are favored 3, and Isaac took the Rams, and the rest of us here and Carson took the Vikings. Yeah, I mean, this feels disrespectful to the Vikings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where the Rams are.
This should be like a 6-point spread.
Yeah, that's definitely what it feels like.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't care if Cooper Kupp comes back this week. I don't think Puka, his window is open, but I don't think he's going to be back this week. I don't care if Cooper Kupp is back, honestly. There's too many holes on this team. It feels like every other week I'm changing my mind on the Rams. Like, man, Matthew Stafford and McVay are cooking right now with nothing. And then the next week,
you're like, man, they don't have an offensive line.
Yeah, and I just, against a blitz-happy Vikings team, well-coached, well-rounded, that almost beat a very, very good Lions team, went toe-to-toe with them. Yeah, they're cooking the Rams.
Yeah, I'm completely on board. I have nothing else to say. I mean, Vikings have still been – they lost, but they lost against the Detroit Lions, who are an absolute juggernaut this year.
Probably the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, they're the best team.
I think Vikings and Lions are 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's a valid argument. The Ravens, favored 9.5 points, are going into Cleveland to play the Brownies. Carson and Kean are on the Brownies.
I'm in, only because Deshaun Watson is out.
That's true.
I think this Baltimore team is just eventually gonna crack. I don't know why, but like that start to the season that they had kind of scared me a little bit. And going into the Browns, not that the Browns fans have a whole lot of hope or noise that they can make right now, positive noise.
Crying.
It's still loud. I just think that 9.5 points is too much, and if they actually are smart and give Jameis Winston a start, I think that they can keep this close. Yeah.
I'm on the Ravens because you're saying they scare you. The only thing that scares me on the Ravens is Derrick Henry because he's a beast. He's so good. He ain't slowing down. They just clapped the Buccaneers that are by 10 points themselves, 41-31, and the Buccaneers receivers went out, sure. But, like, even the Buccaneers backups, that's basically the Browns. Like, Browns are not good right now. It is better that Deshaun Watson's out, probably. At least it seems better that way. But I guess we don't know who they're going to start yet for sure. Or have any? You guys heard? Because I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard. Don't know.
So Jameis Winston will probably give them the best shot, but Ravens have looked too good. I don't think they're coming off it, especially against an AFC North rival. I mean, I'm not betting against the Ravens.
Yeah, this Ravens team, like I said last episode, best offense in the NFL right now. It's honestly not even that close. Browns defense, yeah, they turned it on a little bit last game, but it's not enough for the Ravens. This offense is so versatile. You got Rashad Bateman, greatest receiver in the league. No, you got Likely, you got Bateman, you got
Mark Andrews
is Flowers
even had a
coming
pretty
back?
good week.
Yeah, Zay Flowers played last game. They just didn't need him.
Yeah, Mark Andrews even had a pretty good game last week, even
Yeah.
though we all thought he was done.
But
He's obviously not.
yeah, this Ravens team is just gonna kill these Brownies.
Yep, that's how I feel too. The Packers are going to the Jaguars. Packers are favored 4.5 points. We are all on the Packers.
This is the worst line this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, this makes no sense.
I
I
just
mean,
don't get it.
The Jaguars just beat a down and out Patriots team that wants the season to end now.
Yeah.
And the Packers are.
Packers are
to be-
kind of hot.
Well, I mean, I know it's in Jacksonville, but I don't care.
No.
Packers are a far better team, offensively, defensively, whatever way you want to roll it up and smoke it.
They can only
Yeah.
throw less interceptions from here.
Yeah.
You're right.
Jags defense is not good.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. The Packers are basically too good right now for the Jaguars. I don't think the Jags will be able to match up or keep up. The Colts are going to the Houston Texans. Texans are favored 5.5 points. We're all over the board on this. Kean,
Yeah.
you're riding.
Carson,
Kean and
again.
Carson, you guys are riding with or at least you're riding with Kean's Colts
Yeah.
and possibly AR.
Yeah. I think I said it last week.
Yeah,
I think I said it
I don't
last
know why
week.
I picked this team.
I think I said it last week, but the
Can't possibly
Tex-
get any worse, right?
Well, no, not even that. It's just like the Texans. I know I just said the Ravens scare me. Texans actually kind of scare me.
Yeah, they are fraudulent.
They're looking like a team that could bust and not in a good way.
Right.
Oh,
Like-
there's no bad way though.
Okay, but not bust ejaculate. We're
Like
talking about
nut.
bust your nut gets crushed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do they have
Like-
Nico this game?
No, he's still on
he's
IR.
still on
Oh,
Still
that
on
yeah.
IR. He might have one more game on IR, maybe two. But anyways, Nico's not back in this game. The offensive line has not looked great. Not that the Colts defense has looked great. They have not looked good at all. But I just think that this is more of a hope, I guess, that Anthony Richardson is put up or shut up time, and he's gonna put out.
That's
Good
sounded-
good
that-
bench numbers.
I
that
could,
sounded-
yeah, and I mean, even if he sucks, they bench him at halftime. Joe Flacco comes in, wins the game.
I called that last week.
This is the week.
Maybe I just called
early.
it a week in advance. Yeah,
but even so, divisional game. I know it's in Houston. I don't care. I just think it stays closer than 5.5 points.
Nah, I got this Texans team's gonna be pissed off from last week. They're like, how the hell did we just lose that game to a Packers team that can never kick? Yeah, they shouldn't have let the game get that close. What's his dick?
CJ Stroud.
Yep.
Stroud.
CJ Stroud. He's gonna throw over 100 yards this game.
Oh.
There's no doubt in my mind.
That's a hot take.
And yeah, it kind of is without Nico, but yeah, they scored 22 last week against a way better defense. They're going to get way more points than that, and their their defense is going to shut down the Colts way more than they did the Packers last week. So it shouldn't really be that close of a game.
No, I don't think so either. I'm on the Texans. Obviously, also, I just have more trust in C.J. Stroud than I do almost anyone on the Colts offense. And the Colts don't really historically play well at the Houston Texans. I think I have that right. Either way, the Colts haven't played the Texans well lately. I'll just say that. And Texans they have a loud stadium, and it's always hard to play down there. And yeah, I like DeMeco Ryans' defense. I just like the Houston team a lot more than the Colts right now, and I think they'll be able to put a good smacking on the Colts at home. Are you looking at old games?
yeah.
Yeah. Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts games.
Yeah. Let's see. In the past 5 games, they have 1 tie, and the Colts have 3 losses, 1 win.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Texans have only gotten better since then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair.
The Titans are going to the Lions. Lions are favored 10.5 points. We all took it. We all took Detroit.
Yeah, we're like, to hell with your line.
Yeah.
Well, we know that Dan Campbell's not going to stop whenever he's up.
He's going to bring up some old, like, beef from back whenever he played against the Titans. Like, they were assholes, so we're going to put up a 50 burger.
Either that or, like, bring up some time that they beat them back in the 60s. Or, well, no, they weren't even a team. When the Oilers beat the Lions back in the day. And they're going to be like, this for back in 1992 because you beat us by 4 points, you assholes.
And it's in Detroit, so.
Yeah.
Man.
Detroit's just too good. I don't really... You could have probably given me any line on this against the Titans, the struggling Titans team. I probably would have taken it.
I would have taken a 15-point line.
Yeah, I would have too. I mean, I can't bet against Detroit right now. They've been incredibly good, incredibly hot, and Titans have been at the complete other end of the spectrum, bottom of the league.
Yeah.
So, Cardinals are going to the Dolphins. Dolphins are favored 3.
Who the hell chose the Dolphins?
I did. Me and Carson are on the Dolphins because Tua, he's supposed to be back this week on Tuesday. Right now, whenever we're recording this, I'm expecting him to be back. And if Tua's back, Dolphins offense is fixed, and I completely believe that.
I disagree.
I completely believe that if Tua's back, Dolphins offense is fixed. Tyreek Hill will be going. Jalen Waddle will be going. That opens up the run game even more. I have belief in Mike McDaniel.
I think it will, but not the first week. So I am on the Cardinals because I rode with them last week, and James Conner is an absolute beast. Kyler Murray's pretty good. Yeah. And their receiving core really... No one really super duper flashy because Marv didn't have a big game last game.
Oh, your voice is cracking all over the place.
But anyways, their receiving core had a pretty good game. Trey McBride, and Greg Dortch, Michael Wilson. They've got enough there. I don't think Tua is going to be completely back up to speed yet this game, and that's why I took the Cards.
Yeah, Cardinals they're fighting for top of the division surprisingly,
right?
And I think Kyler Murray's gonna notice that right before Black Ops comes out.
Yeah.
And
it's coming soon.
He's gonna put out a last hoorah before he isolates himself in his gaming room.
Very true.
This could turn into a shootout because two bad defenses, if Tua comes back and does look okay, could be two good offenses.
Could be. Isaac took Arizona Cardinals as well. The Jets are going to the Patriots. Jets are favored 7 points. Kean, you took the Patriots. You're the only one.
Yeah, Patriots burned me last week whenever I picked them. And I said, you know what?
I just like being burned.
Patriots are not that... Okay, they're bad.
I was going to say, how gross does that feel?
So, like, the Jets are down bad right now. But, like, the Patriots are down badder. But I don't think they're down badder than 7 points. Right?
Very
Makes
good.
sense?
Yes,
so, like,
makes a lot of sense.
I think that Drake May has actually been able to move the offense. And I think that he can at least keep... I don't think he's going to win the game, but I think he can keep it close with Aaron Rodgers' offense because I haven't been super impressed with the Jets.
Devontae Adams is actually going to know the plays this week.
Yep.
So he's going to get the ball more than 3 times for 30 yards.
Yep.
Devontae Adams is going to make a difference in this game. And Garrett Wilson isn't going to cause interceptions.
Yep, I agree. I'm not too worried about the Jets. They got too many weapons there, and Patriots are not looking good, even with Drake May. The Patriots just don't have enough, and I think the Jets will be able to blow by them at home.
Yep.
The Falcons, favored 2.5 points, are going to Tampa Bay to play the Bucks. Cletus, you took the Bucks, and you're the only one.
I can't believe I'm the only one, honestly.
Yeah.
They're gonna split this this division here, this series. Yeah. But they're at home. They lost away. Now they're at home. They're coming off a tough loss last week. Yeah, they don't have any receivers, but they got Bucky. They got Rashad. They got
Kate Otten.
Kate Otten, kind of.
Sean Tucker.
They got Bucky.
Bucky, yeah.
And this Falcons team kind of took a shit last week, and except for Bijan, I'm not really seeing any too big of flashes. Like Drake London kind of shows up. Ray sometimes shows up, but I'm just not seeing it out of this Falcons team. I like the Bucks to win at home, and I'm taking them.
Sorry. Breaking news.
Breaking news live here. This is Tuesday, October 22nd. This might mess with our Browns pick. At least with some of us. This is being reported per Schultz report, Jordan Schultz. The Browns are planning to start Jameis Winston in Week 8 against the Ravens.
Browns upset the Ravens in Cleveland.
Oh, that changes things, but I'll stick with my pick. I picked the Ravens.
At halftime, though.
You're right. I'll stick with my pick. But yeah, breaking news: Jameis is being planned to start.
I'll get us back on track here.
Yeah,
I got my Falcons. I know they're going into Tampa Bay, but I just watched two Buccaneers receivers beat out Chris Godwin for the rest of the season. Mike Evans just
indefinitely.
Yeah, he just re-aggravated a hamstring injury he's been dealing with.
It looked not good.
Yeah, I think that Falcons need a bounce back game, and I think this is a place for it.
I'm on board.
Yeah, and this Super Bowl hopes stay alive.
Nope.
I'm on board with the Falcons this week, and I'm a big Buccaneers guy and a big Baker guy, but with all those injuries, I couldn't go with them this week. I like the Falcons' weapons better, and I think Kirk will have a bounce back game this week. Eagles are going to the Bengals. Bengals are favored 2.5. We all took them Bengals.
The Eagles just beat the Browns.
Yeah.
Who were starting
Barely.
Deshaun Watson. Barely,
By a
yeah.
touchdown.
I know that, the Bengals just
Or
barely
no, they just beat the Giants.
Giants by a lot.
Oh,
But
the Giants.
the week before, they barely beat the Browns.
The Bengals barely beat.
The Bengals barely
Really
beat the Browns.
Oh, shoot.
I still think that the Bengals, even though they're 3-4 now, I think that they just have their shit together better, which is surprising to say because the Bengals almost never have their shit together.
Yep.
But they're starting to get it together. They're the dung beetles starting to roll the shit into a ball.
Shit's getting bigger.
Shit's getting bigger. Shit, snowman coming up. Snow.
Building the base, baby.
Yeah, I'm on the Bengals too. Bengals at home kind of helped me too. That they'll be at home in Houday Nation. I agree though. I think that what I've seen out of maybe not last week from the Bengals, but we've seen already this year. I mean, when Joe Burrow's on with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase,
Chase Brown.
He throws 5
Chase Brown,
touchdowns.
yeah, he can light it up, and I think that there's a very good possibility that they do that against this somewhat mediocre, as of late, mediocre Eagles defense.
Yep, Saquon doesn't play defense.
You're right. So that's why, I love Saquon, but I don't know if the Eagles have enough answers for the Bengals this week. The Saints are going to the Chargers. Chargers are favored 7.5. Kean and Cletus, you guys are both on the Saints.
Cletus, why are we on the right side here?
Well,
The correct side.
Chargers always keep a close game.
They do.
Every time.
Yep.
7-point spread. That's way too much for them. What the hell are we doing?
And maybe Derek Carr's back. Derek Carr can actually move the offense. I agree with Cletus. That 7.5 is too much. Basically, they got to win by 8 points to cover this spread. I don't see a Jim Harbaugh run first team doing that.
Jim says no.
And then they tried to have Justin Herbert throw last week, and who the hell is he throwing to?
Josh Palmer, dude.
Lad
McConkey, dude.
That doesn't give me any hope. I think that Marshawn Lattimore and Paulson Adebo can shut those guys down.
Okay, cool. But I think that J.K. Dobbins at home will be able to run it down their throat pretty good. And J.K. Dobbins, he started out super. That was aggressive.
That's how he runs.
at home doesn't mean anything for the Chargers. It just means that there's going to be less Saints
I
fans.
forgot they had no fans there.
Yeah.
I don't
There
know.
might be some Rams
That's
fans
Arnold
there.
Schwarzenegger.
Right now,
Go
as
Chargers.
gross as it is, I just like the Chargers more, and I think they'll be able to cover this for some reason on the backs of J.K. Dobbins and guys like Will Dissly and
Big Mon.
Josh Palmer. And that's how I feel right now. Because they were letting Justin Herbert sling it, and that kind of gives me that little bit of hope. Because I can't pick the Saints right now in any way. They look too bad to me. And Carson is on the Chargers with me, and so is Isaac. The Bills are going to the Seahawks. The Bills are favored by 3. Give us all them Bills.
Yeah, Seahawks, they had a random game last game. They're not going to do that again, especially not against the Bills. The Bills just incite fear into the other team.
Yeah, the Bills' defense has been super good this year.
Surprisingly, very surprisingly.
Yep.
And this Bills offense is so electric that they either win the game or by a lot, or they keep it way too close and then lose the game. Which they're not going.
self-destruct.
I don't see them losing
Especially
the
not with Amari
Seahawks
Cooper.
here.
Amari Cooper there now. I think
Yeah.
that's just going to open up everything.
Knowing more than 3 routes.
Yeah, no more than 3 rounds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Bills, I think I'm only scared about the Bills if they face like a good defense. Now,
You're right.
Mike McDonald was brought in to make that Seattle defense good, but
He
they're not
needs
there.
time.
Yeah, they're not there right now.
Yeah, it was hard to do in a year.
Yep.
The Bears favored 2.5 points are going to the Commanders. Isaac took the Bears, but all the rest of us took the Commanders.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't get this, to be honest.
I mean, this is
Jaden Daniels is hurt.
Jaden Daniels' rib injury. I honestly, we have no information right now. They said that they're not going to like update us until Wednesday, whenever the first injury report goes out. But I honestly don't worry about him missing a game.
I trust Mariota.
Yeah,
After
even
what he
so,
showed, yeah.
even so, I trust Mariota. It's at home. I just feel, coaching wise, the Commanders are a more well coached team than the Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, by far.
And their defense has proven to be not as bad as we thought
Mm-hmm.
early in the year. Like, because we know the Bears' defense is good.
Good.
But, like, the Commanders' defense, they're not far behind, I don't think. They've proven to be a pretty solid team.
They're mid. They're not shit anymore. They're
Right.
mid.
Yep. And, yeah, I just, even with Mariota at the helm, I think they have enough to get it done against this Bears team and pull the upset at home. The Panthers are going to the Broncos. Broncos are favorite 8.5 points, and we all said, you know what, Panthers still stink. Give us all the Broncos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bo Nix masterclass.
Yeah, Sean Payton cooking it up, making it easy for him.
Yep, that's about it.
Panthers are
Panthers
down
are just,
bad.
They're bad right
I
now.
don't know what to say about the Panthers to like actually support them. There's like nothing you
Chuba
can really
Hubbard
say.
ain't bad. That's about all I can
That's
say.
true.
Even Andy Dalton's bad again.
Yeah. They brought down the Red Rocket.
They did. He is grounded.
His dick sleeves on.
True. Chiefs favored 9.5 points are going to the Raiders. Carson and Cletus picks the Raiders because I don't think Cletus can physically pick the Chiefs.
I never will.
Yeah.
And they always keep a close game.
Raiders do, yeah. Raiders always play the Chiefs well.
Yeah, Raiders do play the Chiefs well. They beat them last year, I believe, one of the times.
Yes.
Probably,
Yeah.
And they're going to keep a close game. The Raiders have their number, and Chiefs are not going to win by 10. So I'm not worried about it. Patrick Mahomes is going to throw 15 picks.
Oh, wow. That's a record. I'm on the Chiefs because Raiders don't have anything left.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs, like I say every week, I ain't betting against them yet. They're undefeated. They keep winning, and they just know how to make it happen. They know how to make it work, and when it comes time, they just get it done somehow.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Guess I'm going with Patrick
Mahomes.
Mahomes. Because, you said it. Raiders have nothing right now.
Yep.
They got Brock Bowers, and he only plays on one side of the ball, one position.
Yep. Pretty much. Cowboys are going to the 49ers. And this is our Sunday night football game. The Niners are favored 4.5 points at home. And Isaac and Carson took the Cowboys, but we all took the Niners.
Well, no one to argue against us.
Yeah,
with them.
Yeah.
The boys suck. 49ers aren't as bad as they're showing. It's going to be tough, but they've been playing without receivers all year, so...
Yeah, I think the Niners will be able to get their run game going this game. The Cowboys' defense is not Steve Spagnuolo's Chiefs' defense. And that's kind of how the Niners seem to have been sparked this year, is by Jordan Mason running. And if they don't have that...
Cowboys' run
tough.
defense is the worst in the league, so...
There you have it. Yeah,
second.
Whenever Kyle Shanahan gets like shit on in one game, like he comes back pissed off and cooks stuff up. So I think that this could be a runaway for the 49ers, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I think so too. Niners at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then our Monday night game, the Giants are going to the Steelers. Steelers are favored 5.5 points. Steelers are at home, favored 5.5. Yeah, so Isaac took the Giants.
He said he did that on accident, but he said, keep it.
Sticking with it. Yeah. We are all on them Steelers this week. Giants looked terrible last week.
Steelers look great.
Steelers look great.
Still at home.
Yeah, Steelers at home, Monday night.
They love primetime.
Give me the Steelers.
They rarely ever lose in primetime.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play well.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones got sacked 7 times last week. That was against the Eagles.
Just wait till he's against
Yeah.
TJ Watt.
It's,
Alex Highsmith, Nick
Daniel
Herbig,
Jones
Cam
loves getting
Hayward.
sacked.
Yeah.
Patrick
And,
Queen,
Patrick
Minka.
This is like
Bishop.
Yeah, this is like Daniel Jones.
It's gonna be tough.
This is his happy place whenever he's on the ground with TJ Watt on top of him.
Find your happy place.
Yeah, Giants look bad. Steelers are looking complete with Russell at the helm, and their defense still playing crazy. And yeah, give me the Steelers all day long. No question.
They're not even going to have to play Renegade in the fourth quarter.
Nah.
Be out of hand.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones he'll just get the ball snapped to him, and he'll just like lay down.
He will, yeah.
With the football, use it as a pillow.
He'll just be holding it, drop the ball.
Oops.
Yeah, oops. TJ Watt, scoop and score. Yeah. All right, that wraps up our NFL Week 8 preview. So, if you guys have any questions, suggestions, feedback, let us know. Comment down below. Like, subscribe, turn on that little post notification thing so you can see when we do our uploads. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. We will catch you on the next one.
Damn it!